On Divorce Court today. From Italy with love. When they met in Milan, Aria thought Jachri's stint in the Army would leave him with training for a good job and a great life in America. That plan has not worked out the way she had hoped. Jachri Taylor and Aria Taylor have brought their dispute for Judge Lynn Toller to resolve. Testimony in divorce court starts now.
Mr. Taylor, you say your wife and you have fundamental differences between you that makes this marriage impossible. Why don't you tell me what you mean by that?
Well, Your Honor, for example, there's the fact that we have two different kinds of communication styles. She tends to be more of a, talkative person, very assertive, very proactive. And when she talks, when you talk with her, she sometimes cuts off what you're saying. On the other hand, I can be talkative too, but then I give a chance for the person to speak. So there's that difference. And then we have different outlooks on life with many things. I tend to take life as it comes. Whatever happens, deal with it, face it as it comes. But with her, sometimes in some situations, if things get hot, if things get difficult, then she can start to worry about things.
Okay. Well, give me some examples where you feel that she's become overly concerned about a small thing that you thought really wasn't worth the time. Well,
there's a lot of examples, but I think one example is like with even coming here for this procedure to see you. There was a question about coming out to California, and she was concerned about the flight in terms of arriving here and how she'd be able to get from the plane to the driver or to the spot to get here for the show.
You knew it was handled,
yes.
But she couldn't rest with that,
yes.
So she kept calling it, Ms. Taylor, you look hot as a firecracker. I just want to say that right out loud. You look hot as a firecracker. What is your take on the degree or amount that you worry or get upset by things?
About the plan, the ticket?
Yeah,
first of all,
about coming here, right?
Coming here. First of all, I can imagine that Los Angeles is a very big airport. I'm not used to...
No, don't talk to him, talk to me.
It's a very big airport. I'm not used to flying with the airplane. And I like to plan very well my life in general because I'm analytical, I'm engineer. This is something that is difficult for him to go in his brain. I am analytical. I need to plan very, very well everything because, first of all, I don't like to disturb people, including you. I don't want to depend from anybody. It's so difficult to understand a very simple concept.
Ms. Taylor?
Sorry.
Ms. Taylor, I saw a snapshot of your marriage right then and there. This man was standing there with his trying to keep his shoulders up because he's working hard.
No, because
no.
Sorry.
And he's got the wind coming at him from his left, just knocking him right over. All he was talking about was a trip to L.A., and you are here with the analytical,
Yeah, because it's true, the judge. I like to plan to do the things very well without disturbing anybody. So why you are talking about that now? Because you don't know anything, you don't know what to say, really.
No,
We have 80 years of the story. You are talking about the plan to come in Los Angeles? Sorry, Judge, he plucked on my nerve. He plucked on my nerve.
You get on his nerves, and this is a perfect example.
We both.
Why don't you tell me what your major concern is with him, Ms. Taylor? Other than the fact that he doesn't allow you to be analytical and plan, what do you see as the primary difficulty in your marriage?
Judge, he left Army without any job.
He left the Army without a job?
Without any job. I was pregnant. We had 2 children now. I was pregnant, and I left the country at my 5-month pregnant because I knew that if he was ready to leave the Army, there will be no benefit, no health insurance.
Okay, now I'm just going to repeat it just to make sure, because you have a somewhat thick accent. You're saying you were pregnant and you were concerned that he left the Army abruptly because you were worried about having benefits.
No, I did no more health insurance to cover my delivery one day. So I left. I went in Italy. He promised me that, because I was trying to pray him, please, on his neck, please don't leave Army. What am I supposed to do if you leave Army? Don't worry about that. I know that I can have, after 1 month, government job. Don't worry. Jachri, if you don't find anything else around, can you be released in Army? Yes, Jachri, you are very, very sure. Yes, he was angry with me.
Okay, Mrs. Taylor. Mr. Taylor, she's concerned that you're not working, and she says that you won't take any jobs that you contend are beneath you. Do you have a response to that allegation?
Yes, Judge, Your Honor. My response is that I don't see it that way. I know that, like with anybody else, certain things I have experience in. I've experienced teaching English. I've experienced admin assistant, and I was in military intelligence during my time in the Army, so I have different things that I can do. And I think sometimes the problem is that I was somewhat naive. I take responsibility for that because when I left the Army, I thought I could just walk into another job, and that didn't happen.
Right.
And that put us into
now that you see how difficult the job market is, have you been able to expand your sights enough to take a job that may not be less than what you're educated for?
Absolutely. And I'm willing to do that. And there's some opportunities that are about to take place now, but I would certainly do that to take care of my family, Your Honor.
Are you doing it, or you will do it?
I'm getting ready to do it.
You're getting ready to do it? How does one get ready to do it?
Well, without going into too much detail, there's a government position that I'm in line for.
Oh, gotcha.
And there's a process to that, and so I should be one of the next people selected for the position. So
here's what I have to say about that. You got a bead on a job.
Yes, Your Honor.
You keep hooking in others until it comes to fruition. Because you're not going to wait 6 months down the process and find out, man, I was number 2 on the list, and they only took the first guy. You got to have other things on there. You can't just go one by one by one. You keep pulling them in. You might hook 2 jobs and keep 2 jobs.
And she said the same thing, Your Honor. I agree with that.
And that's right. In the meantime, in between time, do anything to make money. Anything at all. My father had a doctorate in law and worked in a linoleum factory because his people needed to eat. You know, that's what you do. And Ms. Taylor, I fussed at you a little bit. You're going to get a fuss in that too, but I'm not quite ready for it yet. You say that Mr. Taylor is like your 3rd child. Explain that to me.
I need to follow him. I need to looking for a job for him. I need to remind him what he has to do. If he's applying for this job, if he does this, if he does that, I feel that I'm not a wife anymore. I feel that
Your mother.
I'm his mother, yes. Our relationship developing something different.
You don't feel safe at all, do you?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I love him, but...
I know she's a pill and a pistol, but take a look at her. She's about to cry. She's scared to death. Do you see the fear in it? And
I
usually,
do see it, Your Honor.
Yeah, and usually when it comes in that fast and that hard, there is fear behind it. Because fear is one of the most powerful, love and fear, and then everything else falls away.
Next, can Aria's quick temper, name-calling, and fear be tamed to heal this marriage? If the ink on your marriage license is barely dry, but you're ready to call it quits, call toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or visit our website at divorcecourt.com. Become a fan at facebook.com/divorcecourt. Real people, real conflict, real judgments. Divorce Court continues.
Mr. Taylor, her fear notwithstanding, you say that she goes out of her way to make you feel like a bumbling fool. She even blames you for things that are not your fault. Can you expound on that for me?
Well, Your Honor, I think it comes from her being frustrated, which I understand. And because like she said, she does analyze things. She wants everything to be in a certain way, a certain time, in a certain mode. If it doesn't go that way, then the name calling starts.
Right. And what kind of names are we talking here?
Well, adolescent, you're a child, you're a teenager, you're like my 3rd child, which she's literally said to me. And, just very negative and bad things. And then when she does that, instead of solving the problem, I go into defensive mode.
Stand up, Mrs. Taylor. You're all right.
I go into defensive mode, and I can't work on the problem. We can't work on the problem because I'm defending myself and saying, "Wait, hey, I'm not a baby. Hey, I'm not a 2-year-old."
Right. You're not discussing the issue anymore. You're discussing the overall how I feel about myself and how you feel about me.
Exactly.
Mrs. Taylor, do you understand what he just said over there?
Well, I don't agree with him.
Okay. Oh, I know you don't agree with him. That's why you're here. But I want to know if you understand what he said.
Yeah, but the problem is that I don't wake up in the morning and say, "You are my child." There is a reason why I say that.
Oh, I get that. I get that there's a reason, but walk with me here. This is analytical.
Yeah.
You got an issue.
Yeah.
He doesn't respond appropriately. Your response to his inappropriate response is to get mad at him. How much does that solve?
Judge, the problem is...
No. How much does that solve? Answer.
You want an example?
I want to know what you... Is he all of a sudden brighter when you say that? Does he all of a sudden come up with an answer when you say that? Is he more thoughtful? Or do you have any benefit from calling him a name other than it makes you feel good at the moment?
Judge, first of all, I'm from south of Italy. We are caliente people in general. When I get angry, I need to vent in some way. If I say something bad, because there is a reason. I told you, it's not...
You know, when people knock people out, there's a reason. When people go in a tower and shoot people, there's a reason. It doesn't mean it's a good thing.
I'm not insane. I'm a responsible woman. He can say that. I support him. I support my kids. I am very good wife and very good mother. The problem is that I don't want keep going looking for a job for him and give him the right advice, what he has to do.
I got you, Ms. Taylor. No, we've been there. We've been on that road. My understanding is this marriage not working out. You want to go back to Italy with the children.
No.
You don't want to go back to Italy with the children?
It could be easy for me to go back to Italy because my country, I could have a job, family, friend over there, but I'm not selfish. I know exactly that I cannot do that because it means that once in a year maybe my children can see their father. I don't want that.
Ms. Taylor, thank you for that. Most people don't come in there and say things that are like that. That's very mature and very middle of the road and very thoughtful.
Yeah,
but let's get you there on another issue as well. You know, you said, well, let me ask you this. You say that her pregnancy changed who she was.
Yeah, I think that after the birth of our first child, she thought about things more, and I understand that when a woman gives life like that, when they become a parent, their perspective changes, both the man and the woman. I think that in some ways, though, in her case, she did start to think about things more, overthink things, and in some cases worry about things too much when it wasn't necessary. Before then, she would do things...
Give me an obsessive thought that she had with respect to the kids, something that she went around and around about, didn't make any sense.
Well, one thing which is a legitimate reason, I guess, but she was very concerned about them getting an ear infection, so she was always very adamant to cover their ears so that, you know, they wouldn't have an ear infection, because ear infections can be bad for anybody, and I guess especially at a young age, but she was just really intently
focused on the ear infection. Ms. Taylor, would you like to respond to that?
No, it's something ridiculous for me to respond something like that because I can see, Judge, that he doesn't know what to say against me.
When Divorce Court continues, will Jachri show that he has what it takes to step up and make his marriage work?
Do you think Aria had unrealistic expectations about the financial future Jachri could provide for their family? Call 1-800-282-1991 to vote now and see if America agrees with your opinion. You'll also receive some valuable offers.
If you would like your case heard on Divorce Court, call us toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or log on to our website at divorcecourt.com and join the conversation on Twitter at Divorce Court. Divorce Court continues.
Mrs. Taylor, the reason he has a complaint is you're overwhelming him.
No.
Can you and I agree that you and he aren't getting along? That's all I want to know. Can we agree on that? That you two are not happy right now.
Yeah, sure.
You
Right
could
now,
agree with that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, right.
Absolutely.
And I understand that your problem with him is that he fails to think things through, he's not analytical, he's not working, and he's not worried, and he's a little lazy, and he's like a little kid. I understand that's your problem with him. Can we agree on that?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Now, do you believe that Mr. Taylor is at all unhappy with you about anything? Legitimate or no? Is he unhappy with you about something?
Yeah, he's not happy with me.
Now, what is he not happy about?
But with me?
Yeah.
Because because he wants to do whatever he wants to do.
No.
He doesn't want any control.
Miss Taylor, Miss Taylor, that isn't it. And I want you to be quiet, because I'm going to tell you why he's unhappy.
Okay.
Okay? You ready?
Yeah.
You and I are a lot alike. I've seen that deer in the headlights look in my husband quite often.
So
No.
Sorry.
No. I want to know what's going to happen, when it's going to happen. I want to be there 10 minutes early, relaxed and ready to go. I am a terror at the airport.
No.
I have people calling me 4 o'clock in the morning. Judge, you got your shoes. I mean, it's just, I would make people crazy. If he would say something and I get to the end of his thought before he gets to it, I finish the sentence for him. He didn't get to say a full sentence for the first 2 years of our marriage. I finished them all. I've got that kind of speeding, fast, directional mind, and I worry about everything that you can imagine there is to worry about. And you want to know something? We are a pain in the ass to live with. It's true. No, it is. It's difficult to be on the receiving end of that much speed, of that much deliberation, of that much worry. It is constant. It is all day. It is difficult, and you need to back up off it no matter what he's doing, because it's killing him. So it doesn't mean you're bad. Most times, we're right. Just between you and me, we're right. But it doesn't make the way that we transmit our information a good way. It doesn't mean that the things that we worry about are appropriate. You know? It just doesn't mean that. So you have to switch your style. So he's got to do things too. I'm gonna fuss at him later.
Good.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. But you have to adjust your style so you're not an all day, every day, ongoing adjective. No.
I'm not in this way. It's like
Miss Taylor, you're ongoing with me. And we don't even live together. I can't wait to get out of here.
Judge Lynn Toller's ruling next.
It's time for you to call 1-800-282-1991 to answer today's question. You'll receive some valuable offers. Call now.
Divorce Court. Judge Lynn Toller's ruling right now.
Mr. Taylor, my man, you got to step up your game. You got to step up your game for a couple of reasons. Number one, just so you don't lose your mind in the house with her. Number two, you have to... I know what it is to be a laid-back individual. I understand what it is to have a certain confidence and certainty in your ability to provide and what you're going to do. And I think that you're not only a recipient of that, you're a victim of that as well. Women can't live like that. We've got to be more sure, especially you got one like that, who's like me, who worries about things. So you can't do things to the order of what makes you comfortable. You have to step up your game to take it to an order where she's more comfortable. You can't get all the way there because you can't fix everything. But you've got to go further than you're going, and you have to do it on your own without being asked. Do you see what I'm saying? She wants to know if she lays back and takes her hand off the wheel, the car's not going to go in the ditch. Right now, she doesn't feel that way. See what I'm saying? You can demonstrate that in your actions and in what you do. Don't just wait for this one gig. When you got me?
Yes, Your Honor.
Good luck to both of you. There will be no recovery in this matter.
The couple agrees with the judge. Jachri has widened his search for a job, and Aria will try to control her fears and support her husband. Post a comment or submit your case at divorcecourt.com or call toll-free 1-877-311-2222. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter at Divorce Court.